Your dog flops across your lap the moment you settle in. You assume they just want warmth. But here's the twist, it's not about heat. Stick around, because in the next few minutes you'll learn 5 hidden messages behind that cozy cuddle, and one of them will change how you see every late-night snuggle. Later, I'll reveal how a simple paw press can actually signal stress, not comfort. By the end, you'll know exactly what to do when your pup drapes themselves on you. Let's start with the most common scene. You shift on the couch and your dog curves their body like a crescent moon, head on your thigh, tail tucked. You might think they're cold. I used to believe that too. But animal behaviorists point out that this curl is a survival instinct. In the wild, wolves huddle together for safety. By pressing into you, your dog is tapping into that pack safety loop. They're saying, I trust you. Keep me safe. Here's why people miss it, we equate blankets with heat. Dogs equate bodies with belonging. When your dog finds the warmest spot, your side, it's less about temperature and more about emotional security. That closeness releases oxytocin in both of you, the same cuddle hormone that eases anxiety. So the next time they curl in tight, resist the urge to shoo them off for space. Instead, offer a soft bolster or a cushion that wraps around them. Encourage them to nudge that nest into place. Over time, they'll learn to replicate the feeling of your body, even if you need your lap back for a movie snack. If you recognized your dog curling against you for pack-style comfort, the guide in the description will show you how to set up a snug den that still feels like you're right there. Open the link in the description to start building that safe space in your living room. Now, let's shift to a subtly different move. Ever notice your dog shifting halfway through a nap, pressing a front paw into your leg as they nestle? It looks like they're just finding a better angle, but it's more than comfort. In the next section, you'll discover what that gentle kneading really tells you about their state of mind, and how you can help them settle more deeply. That gentle kneading isn't random repositioning. It's a throwback to puppyhood, when newborn pups massage their mother's teats to trigger milk flow. In adult dogs, it takes on a comforting role. When your dog presses a paw into your leg, they're tapping into that early, stress-soothing association. It's their way of saying, help me feel safe. Most people shrug it off as a cute quirk, or worse, they tell the dog, no, and push their paw away. That interrupts the instinctive self-calming ritual. Instead, you can lean into it, keep a soft blanket or low-profile pillow beside you so they have a consistent kneading surface. Over time, your dog begins to link that object with the same sense of security they get from you, and they'll use it when you need your lap back. Here's the key, don't scold the need. A quiet, it's okay, or a gentle hand on their shoulder reassures them. Then guide that paw to the blanket. Within days, you'll see them shift their need from your leg to the designated spot. That small switch saves your genes and teaches them a new way to self-soothe. Watch closely as you do it. If your dog's muzzle tenses or their ears flatten during the kneading, they might be signaling mild anxiety rather than pure comfort. In that case, add a low-volume white noise app or light classical music. Researchers find that calm background sound deepens relaxation in anxious dogs. Coming up, you'll discover what it means when your dog drapes their head across your chest, and why that position is both a badge of trust and a window into their heartbeat. Spoiler, it's one of the clearest signs your dog sees you as family, not just another piece of furniture. Stay with me. Why does your dog drape their head across your chest when they nap? It isn't just comfort. Here's the part that surprises people, they're actually syncing their heartbeat with yours. Centuries ago, puppies pressed in close to mom's chest to feel the rhythm that meant safety. Today, your dog still needs that biological cue to calm their nerves. Animal behaviorists note that this chest-to-chest contact releases oxytocin for both of you, the same feel-good hormone that kicks in when humans hug. Emotionally, it's a two-way reassurance. You feel them settle. They feel you steady. Practical takeaway: don't nudge them off. Instead, let them find that perfect spot and breathe slowly yourself. You'll notice their eyes close faster, and when they do shift, they'll choose the edge of your lap rather than your torso. Over time, they learn to self-regulate by reading your breathing pattern, reducing restlessness at night. Stay with me. Coming up, why they sometimes rest a paw on you, and why it's not always a love tap. Why does your dog rest one paw gently on your leg as they doze? Most people think it's a claim-staking move, like, "Hey, this is mine." But here's the real story: it's a check-in signal. Dogs use gentle touches to gauge your availability and to soothe their own worries. That single paw press triggers a tiny surge of endorphins, calming their internal alarm bells. Underlying that is a primitive pack instinct: they look to their leader for cues on safety. When you remain still and provide soft eye contact, you're saying, "I'm here. All is well." Practical takeaway: reward that paw with a soft word or a scratch under the chin instead of brushing it away. Over days, your dog will learn to use that tiny touch to communicate need, not anxiety. If your dog tends to press harder or shifts their weight anxiously, it might be a sign they're on edge rather than content. In that case, try a short mindfulness exercise together: 5 seconds of stillness when the paw lands, breathing in sync. If you recognized your dog resting a paw on you, the guide in the description helps you spot when it's a true comfort seeker versus a stress signal. Open the step-by-step guide in the description now and get clear on what every nudge means. Stay tuned for the one sleepy pose that screams, "Home Security Service activated." You'll be surprised what role your couch plays in their guard duty. Why does your dog press their whole body against you when they sleep? It's not just about borrowing heat. Dogs evolved to densify their pack at night, forming a living barrier against threats. Your body overflows with your scent, so by pressing in, your dog is marking you with their own scent and layering protection. Scientific observation shows that dogs sleeping in full contact enter deeper REM cycles, meaning they truly recharge in your presence. Emotionally, it's the highest vote of trust: they literally back themselves into you so they can let their guard down. Practical takeaway: if you need a bit of space, introduce a weighted blanket or a plush pad just beside you, something that carries your scent but gives your dog a defined boundary. Start by placing your elbow on the edge of the pad every time you settle. They'll soon learn the pad equals the same security they get from your body. In a week, you may find your dog happily curled on their new spot, still pressed close but giving you room. Next, we'll explore the posture that your dog only shows its most trusted person. Get ready to decode the silent signal that means, "You're my world." Why does your dog flip onto their back the moment you settle beside them? It's not just a request for belly rubs. When your dog exposes their most vulnerable spot, no paws up, no tail wag, what you're seeing is a declaration of absolute trust. Evolutionary instinct kicks in. In the wild, a dog who can flop belly up in the den is saying, "I feel safe enough to drop all defenses." Animal behaviorists note that this posture lowers cortisol levels, too, so it's literally calming for them. Emotionally, it's the canine equivalent of handing you a VIP pass to their innermost world. Practical takeaway: when your dog goes belly first, don't tower over them. Lower yourself to their level, speak softly, then let your hand hover before you touch. This shows you respect that trust. Over time, you'll find they'll flip faster, and maybe even nuzzle you back in thanks. Why does your dog suddenly plant all 4 paws, nose down, and zero in on a patch of grass for what feels like forever? It's not just random sniffing. Each leaf, each blade, carries a story, a weather report, a social media feed of who's passed by. Dogs have roughly 300 million scent receptors. For them, a sniff isn't passive, it's active investigation. Science suggests that these micro-sniff breaks release dopamine, nature's little reward, to keep them mentally sharp. Emotionally, it's your dog's version of a coffee break, a moment to process the world on their own terms. Practical takeaway: instead of rushing them, give a clear cue, maybe a soft sniff time, and pause. Let them wander the olfactory map. You'll notice their stress levels drop and their focus sharpen when you call, "Let's go," later. If you've caught your dog in endless sniff-stop loops, the guide in the description will help you turn these breaks into a structured enrichment routine. You'll learn exactly how long to let them sniff, which signals to use, and how this simple shift can reduce anxiety and reinvigorate every walk. Open the guide in the description now. Why does your dog sometimes fix their gaze on a blank wall and stare as if tracking an invisible fly? It's not ghosts or boredom. Dogs pick up ultrasounds, low-frequency hums from wiring, or the distant rumble of traffic you can't hear. Their keen hearing zones in, and your dog becomes a silent sentry, absorbing environmental data you missed. Emotionally, it's a safe way to gather intel, then check back in with you. Practical takeaway: instead of startling them, quietly approach and call their name in a calm tone. That reassures them there's no threat. If the staring continues, offer a gentle scratch behind the ears or guide them to a cozier spot where they can still survey comfortably. Coming up, the most private signal your dog only shares with their best friend. It'll change how you read every wag, tilt, and yawn. Stay with me. When your dog rests their head or shoulder against you, it isn't just angling for pets. What you're witnessing is a vulnerability ritual. They're showing you their blind side, that spot they can't watch. In the wild, wolves use that lean to share body heat and reinforce hierarchy bonds. Modern dogs carry that instinct. When they nudge in, they're saying, "I trust you to watch my back." Researchers observe that leaning boosts oxytocin in both species. Your dog's love hormone surges, and yours does too. Emotionally, it's a quiet handshake of loyalty, a moment of, "We're in this together." Practical takeaway: when the lean comes, stop what you're doing and respond with stillness. Place your hand gently on their back ridge or under the chin. Don't shift away, let them settle. That simple pause will cement you as the safe harbor in their day. Soon, they'll lean more often, and even linger longer. Next, you'll discover the sign that means your dog truly sees you as pack leader. Watch closely, because it's subtler than you think. Why does your dog kick at the grass right after they've gone to the bathroom? You'd assume it's just a sloppy cleanup habit. Here's the part that surprises people: it's actually a full-blast scent broadcast. When your dog scratches the ground, they're crushing grass to release pheromones from glands in their paws. Instinctively, this is their way of saying, "I was here," to every dog downwind. In wolf packs, marking via scent keeps rival packs away and signals social status. Today, your house dog still taps into that ancient toolbox. Emotionally, it's less about dominance and more about communication. Your dog is connecting with the wider canine community, even if they never meet another dog. Practical takeaway: instead of rushing them along, let them finish the ritual in a safe spot. If you live in a busy area, create a small turf patch at home. That way they can mark without spooking passers-by, and you'll dodge complaints about torn-up flower beds. Why does your dog suddenly flop onto their back, belly in the air, whenever you walk by? You might think it's purely for a tummy rub. Stay with me. In reality, flashing their tummy is a double signal. It's a submission gesture and a trust vault. Wolves show their belly only to pack members they acknowledge as leaders. By exposing that most vulnerable area, your dog is saying, I respect you, and I feel safe. Researchers note that this move lowers heart rate in both dogs and people, thanks to mutual oxytocin surges. But here's the nuance: watch their body tension. A relaxed, floppy belly means genuine comfort. A stiff, half-exposed belly can be more of an appeasement, a please don't scold me sign. Practical takeaway: honor that belly moment by pausing your activity. Speak softly, offer a gentle scratch, don't force a rub if they tense up. That respect cements your bond and helps them open up even more. Why does your dog pause at every lamppost, sniffing like they've never seen the world before? You might be tempted to tug them forward. Here's the part that surprises people: these sniff-stop walks are cognitive pit stops, not laziness. Science shows that scent exploration engages up to 40% of their brain at once, triggering dopamine and activating their parasympathetic system, the same pathway that helps them unwind. In effect, each sniff is a mini meditation, a way for your dog to slow down and process the world. Emotionally, this ritual gives them confidence and calms excess energy. Practical takeaway: dedicate 30 seconds of leash slack at each sniff site. Let them linger. You'll see their stress signals drop and their focus sharpen for the rest of the walk. If you recognize your dog in this pause and sniff routine, the guide in the description shows you exactly how to turn every outing into a low-stress, high-engagement adventure. Open it now. Coming up, the final sign: your dog climbing onto your chest to sleep, that will make you realize how deeply they trust you. Stay tuned. When your dog climbs onto your chest to sleep, don't write it off as just a warm spot. Here's the real reason: it's a throwback to puppy pile-ups and den life. In the wild, young canines huddle close to alpha figures for protection and body heat. By pressing against your torso, your dog is tapping into that ancient comfort ritual. Science tells us that this close contact triggers a cascade of calming neurochemicals: oxytocin, dopamine, even slight drops in cortisol. Emotionally, it's the ultimate safety blanket. Your heartbeat becomes a lullaby, your inhale-exhale rhythm a steady drum they can sync with. But there's more. Dogs perceive our chest area as a command center, where our voice resonates and our hands emerge. Snuggling there is a way of staying plugged in to your presence and reassurance. Practical takeaway: when they offer this chest climb, resist the urge to shift or scoot away. Instead, adjust your position so they can nestle fully. Breathe slowly, speak in low tones, and let them drift off. Over time they'll learn that your chest is a sanctuary, and they'll come back to it whenever life feels overwhelming. All these hidden signals, from grass kicking to belly flashing to chest climbing, are chapters in your dog's secret language. Once you've decoded them, you'll never look at a sleepy snuggle the same way again. You notice a single paw draped over your arm in the dead of night. You think it's random. Here's why that paw matters. In canine society, resting a limb on the leader is a trust test. That gentle weight says, I feel secure enough to lean on you. When it happens again, don't shrug it off. Stack a couple of extra pillows so your arm stays supported. Keep your tone low and calm, all good here. You'll see your dog sink deeper into sleep, knowing your presence is a solid anchor. Then there's the foot curl. Your dog circles at your feet, tucks their nose under your toes, and drifts off. It looks cozy. But in the wild, anchoring one end of the pack means guarding against threats. Your dog's still on perimeter duty, even as they nap. To help them switch off, leave a dim nightlight by the door. Muffle hallway noises. Before you slide under your own covers, pause at the threshold and give a slow head rub. That ritual signals bedtime security. Your dog can finally let go of watch mode. Here's the part that surprises people: some dogs will pop up at 3 a.m., push against your hand, then curl back down. It's not just attention seeking. It's a touch-based check-in. Are you really here? In those moments, put your phone aside. Breathe, whisper their name, and hover your palm above their shoulder. That brief reconnection carries more calm than any treat. Your steady heartbeat becomes their white noise. Stay with me. You might also find your dog sprawled across the bed, limbs splayed like they're auditioning for a superhero pose. Most owners assume it's pure comfort. But sprawled out means zero defenses, no paws blocking them, no back turned to you. It's the ultimate display of trust. Next time they strike starfish mode, let them claim the space. Offer a soft, sleep well, buddy, and settle in without crowding. That simple affirmation cements the idea that the world is safe when you're together. One more thing before we wrap: if you've seen your dog lean their shoulders against you as they rest, that silent press speaks volumes. Animal behaviorists say this lean transfers tension, your calm helps them calm. Make it a nightly ritual: unwind in one spot on the couch, uncross your legs, lower your shoulders, and breathe out slowly. Invite your dog to lean in. Over time, they'll learn that your posture alone is the signal for full relaxation. That rough tongue is the oldest language between our two species. Every paw drape, foot curl, paw press check-in, and full body sprawl is a line in your dog's bedtime story. Once you understand these signals, you'll transform not just how they sleep, but how safe they feel, in every moment you share. If you recognized your dog in any of these sleep positions, the guide in the description shows you exactly how to decode every nighttime cuddle and build a calmer bedtime routine. Open the link in the description and pinned comment. But the story doesn't end there. Consider the temperature shifts as night deepens. Your dog isn't just seeking heat, they're tuning into microclimates on your skin. The warmth at your chest can feel 6 degrees hotter than your arm or hand. That's why they migrate toward your core at 3 in the morning. To amplify that comfort, try swapping cotton for a soft flannel sheet. The slight increase in fabric weight mimics the pressure they crave, helping them stay nestled without constant shifting. Then there's scent layering. Your dog's nose picks up the subtlest notes of your mood. A day spent rushing errands leaves a different skin chemistry than an afternoon of slow reading. If you notice them moving more at night, think back: did you sprint through the evening? Next time, carve out 10 minutes of deliberate calm, sit in your chair with no phone, breathe deeply, and let your dog absorb your unwinding. You'll see them settle faster. Finally, check your routine for a hidden gap. Dogs love ritual. If you've changed your evening walk time, they may lie alert, waiting for the old schedule. Keep feeding, walking, and lights out timing within a 20-minute window. That consistency tells their brain, this is the pattern. Now rest. Over a week, you'll notice fewer midnight readjustments and more blissful, uninterrupted sleep against your side.